Hello everyone, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Zero City. It is time to get to a video I've been meaning to get to for quite some time. I am going to go and test out my 6 of 6 torch. I finally got the set built. I have not equipped it yet, so I'm going to do some testing, and that's going to be kind of the goal of this video. So I'm going to talk about that and also some speculations about what I think is going to be happening for the next event, and that's going to be the goal of this video. So I've been trying to get out for a while. Things have been a little bit hectic and crazy, as is often the case. But I did finally find the time to do this. So before I do that, I did want to take a quick moment to shout out everybody who has been supporting the channel. 2 people from my clan, Loco and Flart. Thank you very much for your contributions on buying me a coffee. I very much appreciate the support. Thank you so much for that. And then another way to support the channel is YouTube memberships. And Keith, Guiles, Ashton and Amrish, thank you for your support as well on the channel and doing that through YouTube memberships. And if anybody's interested in adding to those lists, you can do that. You can see the details in the description of the video or down below in the ticker on how to participate in that. So thank you everybody for your continued support of the channel. I very much appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and jump into, actually I've mentioned my crazy build. I think I've shown you guys what I've been doing. It's kind of weird. I'm running my 6 of 6 reptile here slowly. There we go. This is obviously a very good contributor to my team. So I have my 6 of 6 reptile here, and I have my 6 of 6 forget what it's called in this game, fire starter, excuse me. So those 2 do basically all my damage, and then I had been running a 4 of 6, not peacekeeper, it is peacekeeper, 4 of 6 peacekeeper with, I was running the 2 of 6 torch on there, and then I recently switched that over to a 2 of 6 bloodletter. So right now I've been running with no tank, and it's been working out exceptionally well. I'm actually better with this setup than I was when I was running the 2 of 6 torch, and I've been having better results, more consistent better results. My overall power is, let me see, it's like 7 something I think. Oh, I lied. 8.5 million is my current power, and I'll show you the other 3 in a moment, but my 8.5 squad can fairly consistently beat 10 million and under, and you know, it's not irregular to beat 11s and 12s and occasionally 13 million. So the squad works really good. It's fun, and it's fun to do that, especially when I go in as the lowest power and I can finish top 3. It's kind of cool to do that. It's gonna be kind of hard to beat this current setup, but having a split setup with a 4 of 6 and 2 of 6, my strength theoretically is not going to be as good as running my 6 of 6 torch. So that's what we're going to be testing here. The other ones I'm running here are just very minor support. I mean, with my 2 main damage dealers, I want them to live as long as possible, so everybody else here is reanimation. So I have a low powered reanimation with tank armor to make them last longer, and then I have an extremely low leveled reanimation here. It's just the very basics to, 86,000 power, not doing much. And then I have another one right here, 178. Again, very basic power, but something that is key right here is the suppression. So, and it's a lower level suppression. So I have a higher level one too, but obviously I want to keep my power down as much as possible. So I'm running the lower level one. I lose half a second for suppression, but that works out pretty good. So that's my current setup, and like I said, it's been working really well. Let's do a little bit of testing with that just to show you how this is going, and then we'll come back and try it with the other. So we'll go to squad challenge, running my 8.5 squad, and I'll just pick, I'm not going to go to the top. Let's see if we can beat the 10-3 game host. I don't always beat people at 10 million. I mean, there's certainly certain builds I can't beat, and there's the randomness in each fight that sometimes I win, sometimes I don't. So let's just do this and see. We'll check out stats. We'll do best 2 out of 3 here. So we're gonna lose this one, looks like. No, we did win that one, okay. I don't know if I have the right hero set up on this. So we got a reanimation there, we got Psycho doing 40% of the power, fantastic. Our infantry, because of the Darkula setup, or not Darkula, the Bloodletter setup, is giving us 10%, plus I get reanimation going there, which is hugely helpful. So I will be losing that reanimation, so that might be a detriment to the squad. 2 reanimations here, reanimation here, and then we have our Ranger doing an obscene amount of damage as well. So not bad. Let's go do one more run. Let me make sure I have my setup right for my hero, my officer. Hero and officer are interchangeable because they are called heroes in Hustle Castle and American Dad. That is the one I wanted, actually. Yeah, it's maybe not the most ideal situation, but it is what I was looking for, so. Alright, so I said best 2 out of 3, so we'll go back to the game host again. Try that fight one more time. I just realized I didn't talk about the event, so I'm going to finish this fight. Then we'll go in and talk about the event in a minute. Ooh, look at that, we lost that one. Let's look at our stats before. Lots of reanimations, not nearly as much damage there by Psycho. Infantry, not as much damage. Ranger, 3.2 million, way more damage, obviously. Alright, we lost that one. Alright, before we do the best of 3 here, fight, my speculations on the next event. We don't know. Unfortunately, the data miner that we usually talk to is unavailable and has not been able to do data mining for us, so we don't know details of the next event, when it's going to be. Not that we usually know what it's going to be, but we have an idea, or what it's going to be. But we have seen, I believe it was the last 2 months, that the Zero City event has started the same time as the Hustle Castle event. There is a downtime coming here. Hustle Castle has an event starting tomorrow. We have a downtime coming here in under an hour now. And Hustle Castle has a downtime at the same time, so it's looking like they're probably going to be syncing up to the same time again. So that means, my guess is the next event is going to start tomorrow, which is going to be in like 4 hours, 5 hours from now. I'm going to get this video processed and get it up hopefully tonight before we find out about tomorrow. So my speculation will be out there before it actually starts, but I'm guessing the event starts tomorrow. I've seen some people chatting. It looks like it's going to be the challenge style event, where we have the top row for free and the bottom row where you get the pass to get extra awards there. And that's what's currently going on in American Dad. So those are my guesses of what's going to be happening and when it's going to happen. Nobody knows for sure, and we don't know the details of the gear like we have in the past. Hopefully when the next event starts after that one, we'll be able to get some more idea of what the details of the event will be before it actually happens. Alright, let's do our best of 3 here. We got a tiebreaker. We got 1 win, 1 loss. I'm going to go up another level too to see how we fare against the next higher level. Not looking too good here. We're not causing any damage. This was not good for us. That was really bad. Ugh, maybe we got lucky in that first one the way it looks. That was just atrocious. Alright, so we lost the 2 out of 3. I'm going to go up to the next level and see if we can beat that one. Got to have some comparisons, so when we go with the 6 of 6 torch, we can have some comparisons here. So let's try the Fashionista, level 55. Reanimation. Okay. Let's try it, see what happens. There we go, this is going much better. This is more normal of a normal fight for me. So we pretty much dominated that one. We were in control the whole time. Our 2 main damage dealers were alive, doing their thing. And Crystal did nothing, which is fine. Her main point is to provide reanimation if we need it, and provide little teeny tiny increase to my power. So 1.7 million for Psycho. Infantry did some good damage. And then 3.9 million for Ranger 1. Ridiculous. Very happy, not complaining, but ridiculous. Well, we might as well go to the next level up too and see how we fare on that one. Oh. I'm not going to do 2 out of 3 on all of these, but Patient 0, let's see how we fare on that one. Alright, we got Underbarrel. This one I'm not going to do well, and I can see that already. So we got a Torch, full Darkula, Oh man. Yeah, this is gonna be not good. Plus he's got one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 full sets. Yeah, we're not gonna win that one. I don't even know if it's worth looking at that one. What about this one? Here we go. This looks a little better. What is this? Bloodletter. 2 bloodletters. That's what I run on my other squad. Fire starter. Okay, let's try it. Let's see how we do against Tunnel Hater here. I think we got a better chance against this one than we do one with the lower power. Close, but no cigar. Not bad. We hung in there pretty good for a while. Okay, got my baseline. Let's go do some changes in setup. I mean, it's not going to be an exact fair comparison because I'm not going to go change all my chips and put different ones on. If I decide to go for the full-time switch, then I'll do it. But obviously, I have a bunch of legendary chips that I will end up moving over at some point if I do it that. But I'm going to hold off for the moment. So one key element I need to keep in mind is my historic high, 8.64. I can't go higher than 8.64 because I don't want to raise it because it's ready. Doing the railroad's not as easy for me as it should be. And the other point here is 172. That's kind of where we're looking. So I'm just going to leave that artifact on just because I'm not going to change any of the runes. So because I won't have the legendary chips, because I don't have the, not runes, the holograms, I think our power should be nice and low. So we should have not a concern about going up too high. So let's go tank. Here we go. And then I'll go over the equipment I'm running as well when I get there. Torch, finally have my 6 of 6 torch. Took a while to get there. I had a big grinding tunnel session. It was the last weekend or the weekend before where I ended up getting all of the items I needed finally. Peacekeeper to allow me to finish building out my last torch item. Not that one, obviously, this one. Alright, there we go. So 1.7, our power's way up, obviously, without anything additional, because, we do have this one. Because, obviously, we are running the full 6 of 6 set, which is now giving this additional damage, so instead of having a defensive tank, we're going for a little bit more of an offensive tank. When the fighter is dealt 200,000 damage, he charges the weapon and increases the damage of the next attack by 75,000. With this attack, the unit generates a heat wave, dealing 40,000 damage to 3 random enemies, and on death does a big piece of damage. Plus, the unit constantly generates heat impulse, dealing 15,000 DPS. So we have that. Plus, on this weapon here, we have 45% chance of dealing splash, plus after dealing 100, it deals 72,000 damage to the enemy with the lowest health. If the enemy dies from this, they deal the same amount of death damage to the enemy with the next lowest. And once the owner is restored, 55,000 damage is taken, 55 restores. So we got lots of extra things going on there. Is it the best? I'm not sure at the moment. I think it's actually pretty good, but I'm not sure if it's the best. This is not ideal for the attachment, but what I want here is increased health. I haven't seen it yet, so this is what I'm dealing with at the moment. Come to think of it, let me go to the arena real quick and see what's available. I don't think I've looked since it's refreshed this past weekend. We have the nerd suit. Yeah, I don't want that. And we have this one, which I don't want that. Again, my goal is not to give people stuff after they die to do things. Obviously, reanimation, that has its benefits. But I would rather have increased health because I think that is the better item in the, I believe it's the meta one as well. So, all right, real quick HP check here. 8562, which is close to where we were before, and 8647. So we're still coming in under our historic high, so our numbers won't go up. Obviously, we're dealing a lot better setup here with our torch. 25 DPS, which isn't the main part. Obviously, all the 6 of 6 items are going to give us the best. Okay defense, chem defense, okay, and the rest of these nothing special. So a lot of this is nothing special. we'll be able to increase those numbers and get those legendary items on there. So let's first start with where we went here. Squad challenge. I'm going to start on a little smaller one first. So instead of starting with a 10, I'm going to start with an 8-6, which is about where we are right now. So our tank is not doing fantastic. Our squad is not doing fantastic. We survived. I would not call that a dominant victory. That was not what I was hoping for, but there we go. We got 12%, so obviously we have a more damaged tank. Took a good amount of damage, did a lot of healing. Obviously all important stuff, but yeah, that was not fantastic. So Crystal did a heal or reanimation, which was huge. Psycho only did 1.1 damage, 2 kills only. And Ranger did 2.7. So I'm going to have to go back and do that again because that was almost embarrassing. Me losing to somebody with my power or lower than my power is not acceptable. So obviously, I am not doing bunkers nearly as frequently as everybody else is, so I will never have my hero, my officer up as strong as everybody else's, so I will always be underpowered compared to everybody else, so I need to be able to beat people higher power than me. So that is part of the reason for doing this test, to see if switching to the 6 of 6 torch is the way to go. This is looking better. Still not as fantastic as I would have hoped, but yeah, this is not good. Obviously, I don't probably have the best support around my setup, but not good. Not good at all. So infantry reanimated himself once. Psycho did way more damage at 1.7. The battle lasted a lot longer, so that's why we dealt more damage there. Ugh, that's not good. All right, let's do a more of a comparison here. Let's go back to our 10.3 power. All right, we're gonna go back to we're gonna skip Noob Devourer for the moment and go back to Game Host because that's where we have something to compare against. We won the first battle here with the other setup, and we lost the next two. We got crushed on the third one, actually. So let's see how we fare with this setup. I would not say we're doing very well. So far, I gotta tell you, I'm not impressed. I'm thinking about sticking with what I had. A lot more successful. Part of it is, I mean, look here, he's 30. Oh, I guess it's not a fair comparison, but I would expect my tank to have a lot more damage, but there's a lot of people that just don't focus on the tank and they focus other areas. So, yeah, this is very disappointing. I was very excited about this setup, but so far not good. Let's try one more time. Obviously, part of it is I'm missing the chips, so I can make my torch better by having that better defense, better armor, better health. That's part of it. Part of it is my hero is not necessarily equipped for a damage-dealing tank as much, so that is part of it as well, for sure. And I have focused more on my chemist, so that is part of the reason that we're seeing what we're seeing, but I don't think it's the only reason. So I don't want to get back into the arena and start fighting and losing and not knowing if I'm going to beat somebody at my power or just barely at my power. So this is another dominating poor performance. Not good. Obviously, once I go up to having, I'm in the 94 bracket now, only having 3 100s. Once I go up to like 6 100s or more, then it makes a little bit more sense for me to run some different setups in here, and I will have a torch going in and certainly have a tank up front doing stuff more than likely. But right now, with my current setup, it does not look like Let's try this one. We dominated here before. It does not look like this is going to be the way to go for the time being. Alright, they're running a torch as well. Ugh, yeah, not good. Ugly, ugly, ugly. We're losing every single fight. Alright. Well, that's disappointing. Alright, do we have time here? Where are we at? We're at 20 minutes. Let me go back to what I had before. One part here is we put a hologram on here, we make this a lot better. So we're missing this as well, but I think that'll put my power up too high, and I would have to take it off of my, I think I have it on my tank. Oh, I don't have it on my tank. Let's see. I'm not running a lot of holograms, and I'm doing that on purpose. Trying to keep my power lower, so let's see what this does here. When unit is critically low, makes the unit invulnerable to debuffs for 7 seconds, restores 35% max health over 5 seconds, and stuns nearby enemies. 1.768 is our current power. Okay, so that's an extra 80,000. I think we're still okay here, just barely. 8621 versus 8647, so we're still in the safe category. Let's go see what that does. Come on. We're gonna start with the low one that I thought we would dominate in level 80 commander. Let's try that one real quick. Much better results. Yeah, maybe. Definitely better results. There we go. That's what I expect. Taking 70% of the damage so everybody else can just be off doing whatever they're going to do. And that was all crits over here from our Ranger 1. Alright, that was better. Now let's go back to our 10 million again. Obviously my power is a little bit higher too, so it's not an exact fair comparison, but it's not fair for other reasons, so... Couple more run-throughs here. Let's try game host again one more time. I think he keeps saying hologram. I guess they're called prototypes in this game, but you know what I mean. Hologram, prototype, rune, they're all the same thing, just different names in different games. So we're still getting destroyed by this guy. He's obviously destroying our tank. Not good, obviously. Do one more, and then I'm going to go back to my old setup because I don't like this one. I'm pretty sure the torch setup I'm running is the meta setup with that armor and that rune on there, or that prototype on there. I believe that is what most of the top level players in the game are doing. All right, one last check here for Fashionista, just to prove that this is not going to be the way to go. Very disappointing, I must say. Alright, so we are going to go away from that. For now. Someday again, I'll be back there. So, Torch, you're gone. Unequip. Very slowly unequip. Alright, so we'll start tank here. If I did take all of these chips off of these and put them on, I would end up with my power way too high for where I want to be, so I wouldn't be able to fully test that out anyway. Alright, Peacekeeper, so we should be on a 4 of 6 Peacekeeper right now. We are. And then we'll look Chemist here. So we'll go very basic, very unassuming Bloodletter here. So we got damage, and then we have reanimation. Obviously not running any chips, anything. I am taking all of my chem knowledge chips right now and putting them in my into Psycho. Obviously, you got some progress there, but a long way to go. Alright, so that should put our power back down to 8.5. Back down to 8.5. Alright, and let's just run through a couple tests here. So now we're going to try our 8.5 person again, level 80 commander. See how we fare here, because we didn't do this fight before. We barely won this one once, maybe. We lost once or more than once, maybe. So this, I'm not beating this guy either. I guess I've got to see what that setup is, because that setup is not faring well here. I can't even tell you the last time I lost to somebody with a power that low. Obviously I haven't lost yet, but we haven't dominated. Alright, so we pulled off the win, but that was not very pretty. Let's see what they're running here. So he's got the big torch going. That torch just didn't die. This is what I ran. This is what I run in Hustle Castle with this one doing triple damage. I suspect that will help if I would get that on my torch. So I'm certainly missing that one. Look at that. Took 5.2 million damage, dealt 5.2. Plus healed 2.8. That's crazy. Alright, so this one's a nothing. Level 74. This is a nothing 74. Nothing, all hologrammed, prototyped. Look at that. So it's all based on that torch. Yeah, obviously we should be dominating there, but we are most certainly not. But the officer's 4.3 million. Huge difference here. Almost fully maxed out under barrel. Alright, so that one should dominate Railroad very easily for that power, which is probably what that build is designed for. Let's go back to our squad challenge. Do 2 more fights here, or 3. 2 more fights here. Game host. We only won 1 out of 3 here the first time. And we lost every single one with the torch. Let's at least see if we can be in the. There we go. At least we're in the game this time. Whether we win or not, we're in the game. We need some damage dealers to wake up. There's one. And they're dead. Okay, we're gonna lose again. Disappointing. Very disappointing. But more consistent at least. And one last battle, and then I will wrap it up. Being severely, severely disappointed. Alright, back to Fashionista. We dominated this one once with the Peacekeeper Bloodletter setup. We got destroyed at least 2 times with the torch setup. And again, we're in the fight. Doesn't look like we're gonna win it, but we're in the fight at least, so. Oh, no, we are gonna win it. So this is more consistent with what I normally see and the results I expect to get at this point. So I am sticking with it. I'm not gonna run the torch. Obviously your mileage may vary, and you get those chips in there, you get a little bit different setup with a little bit different gear, maybe have better outcome than I do, but and get your hero set for more damage dealing, because my hero is not really a damage dealing hero officer. You guys should be impressed with me though, having my officer up to 1.8 million. That's a pretty big step for me. So infantry, I do have this, which is huge, but I got a long way to go. 7 of 10 on that one. My health still isn't maxed out yet, which is kind of crazy. The other one is this one. I've been getting this one up there, which is allowing me to restore health to everybody else. And there's the chem damage, increases chemical defense. I'm going for this one as well, slowly upgrading that one. So those are the main focus areas I have right now. But if I'm looking for a damage dealing tank, obviously I want to start focusing on more of the damage dealing ones. So since I'm not doing anything with my tanks at the moment, and it probably will be this way for a while, I'm guessing, I am not going to level any of those up. So I'm going to run this setup and continue to do it for a while, and hopefully maximize my strengths as much as I can, get Psycho a little bit more powerful, hopefully increase that power while keeping my historic high at the same to make everything else continue to be easy. That is my goal, and that's the plan. I guess it's going to be that way for a while. So, all right, well, this was not the way I expected this video to go, but, you know, we ran some tests, we saw some numbers, and this is how you should go through, or it's one way to go through and determine best setups and the best gear, and you can swap things in and out, and, you know, it just takes time to figure out how you can get your squad to work together pretty good. And with all of my reanimations going, plus my officer doing reanimations, this works pretty good for me. I've had really good results with it. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to stick with it. New event should be coming soon. I will be back very soon with another video talking about the new event, what it is, and what we can expect from it. And until then, this has been Guiles for Guiles Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.